Hello, everyone. My name is Daniel Butterworth. I'm the Assistant Director for Graduate Admissions for the Lally School at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. We are joined today by Dr. Sonja Francis, who is the Academic Advisor for the Lally School, and she will be sharing some information about orientation and information that you need to know to get set up to start off your semester on the right foot. So without further ado, well, before we start, if you have questions, please feel free to share them in the chat box and we can address those during the presentation. At the end of the presentation, we will shut off the camera. If you want to share, ask any questions at that point in time, please feel free to do so by turning on your mic. And without further ado, Dr. Francis, thank you so much for joining us today.
I'd like to welcome all of you to the Lally School of Management, where hopefully you will be joining us for your first day of classes in 46 days. Classes begin on August 30th, and so it's a Monday, it's 46 days away. So we're counting down quite quickly to the beginning of the school year, and I'm focusing this presentation on orientation and things to do prior to orientation, and also things that will happen within the first month, in fact, the first 3 months of school. 48 days from now, you'll be starting orientation. So you begin school on a Monday, and 2 days after that, the Wednesday, is orientation. The orientation is divided by programs. So the master's programs, the specialized master's programs all meet together during 1 hour of the orientation and or 2.5 hours, and the MBA students meet at a different time. In the presentation, and at the end of this presentation, I will go into 2 websites. The ones are the Lally School of Management website and and the RPI info website. I'll go into the Lally School of Management incoming students website, sorry, not the general one. The first one is the website with all the information. The second one is the website for incoming students. This is very important. I'll take you through it and show you some information that you should review from now going forward. And I'll also show you the info RPI website because it's very useful. It has everything on one dashboard that you can access and that you'll need. So we'll talk about what to do in July and August, checklists to prepare for your arrival at Lally. We'll talk about what happens during orientation, and I will also tell you what to expect during the first 3 months of classes. So in July, we want you to save the date for your orientation. So mark that date, September 1st. Also mark the date of the start of the school year, which is August 30th. The Office of Graduate Education is they oversee all of graduate programs at RPI. And in fact, I work closely with them and also with the graduate program director or directors at the Lally School to make sure that the students are abiding according to the overall graduate school rules. And so my main job with you is to keep you on track with both continuing your coursework and getting your curriculum according to the degree clearance processes so that you will be on track to graduate, and also making sure you abide by the rules of the graduate school office. They require students to attend an orientation, and this year it's going to be posted during the week of August 23rd. So check out that website you see below that week so you can see what's going on. It's going to be an online orientation, And it normally requires you to go through some seminars and information sheets, and you're tested on it, and you must pass it. If you don't complete this work, you will receive a U of some sort, and you won't be able to register for classes the next semester until you've done it. So it's a requirement, and take it very seriously and make sure you do the work. The International Services for Students and Scholars Office, they hold an orientation for international students, and you will find that information on their website. So as you can see, I'm pointing you toward the important orientations that are required of all new students at RPI. They are the Office of Graduate Education Orientation. It's online. There's the International Students Orientation. It will be online as well. And then there's the Lally School Orientation, and that is going to be online this year. We normally have it in person. The next point is, before coming to school, you should visit the incoming student website for the Lally School and prepare by studying information according to your particular program under pre-work. There's also a pre-arrival information section, which gives you all the details that are pretty similar to what you would have gotten from the international office, but you can check that out on our website. And if you have any questions, you can always contact me. You have my email address below. Also, I have reached out to most of you, and not all of you, but most of you, and you may have received your graduate plan of study so far. If not, contact me and I will reach out to you, tell you the specifics of your curriculum, and provide you with a graduate plan of study. And let me briefly say that the graduate plan of study is a record of what you should be studying in accordance with the degree requirements. And you should not deviate from that graduate study plan without meeting or talking to an advisor. And the only flexibility on the graduate study plan is electives. So throughout July and August, hopefully you'll do some pre-work and get ready for school. Now, I should throw in here that if you would like help registering, email me and I'll walk you through the registration process in 3 minutes. So, I mean, it could take longer for you to figure it out, and I'm very happy to walk you through that process. So let me mention a couple of other important pieces of information. One is tuition. So some of you are already thinking about paying your tuition, and I want you to know that your tuition ultimately does not have to be paid immediately. The bursar's office bases tuition on when you register. You know, the registration, if a student has registered after August 1st, your e-bill is going to be sent to you around September 1st, and your payment is due around September 25th. Now, I can tell you these are last year's numbers and last year's dates. And if it's off a little bit, this still gives you a sense of what to expect. I think it's September 25th, but you know, pay it a little earlier than that, but don't worry, you have time. If you register earlier than August 1st, your e-bill will be sent on August 1st, and the payment will be due somewhere about August 23rd. But the most important thing is that you will receive the e-bill and it'll tell you when to pay. So if this number is off, my date is off, you just know that you're going to be given an e-bill and it'll tell you when it's due. If you have any questions about tuition, contact the bursar at rpi.edu. If you have a problem contacting them, contact me and I'll help you find the information. So that is always a default situation here. Anytime you have a problem contacting an office, you can contact me and I will be the secondary person to help you get the answers to your questions. Another point is that some students may be eligible to waive out of a required class in 3 of our programs. It's called Intro to Accounting and Financial Management. If in undergraduate study, you took a full accounting class, a basic accounting class, and also took a basic financial management class and attained a grade of B or better, you are not required to take this particular class. And you may replace it with an elective that is listed on the curriculum for your program. Or if you want to go outside of that list, you may speak with your program director to get special permission. In order to waive this class, you should send me before August 20th your undergraduate transcript. That's it. I will fill the paperwork. I will get the approval for you. We will modify your study plan to show that you're not taking this class. And then you can go ahead and choose a different class. During August, you should also take care of your RPI health insurance business. This is going to be handled through the website for the students, RPI students, the Student Health Center web portal. And you'll need your RIN, and it's on your application profile. And you need to sign up for that because it's required for full-time students. All right, and I mentioned at the bottom that you should be attending the mandatory orientations. That's going to be overstated here because some students forget or they, get lost in the process. So make sure there are 3 orientations. If you're an international student, there's 3. If you are a domestic student, there's 2. So on September 1st, 2 days after you start school, you'll attend the Lally School orientation, and it's going to be held during the professional development workshop time. At the Lally School orientation, we take you through, we welcome you, we show you the program procedures, talk about your study plan. During that process or thereafter, you'll be filling out an important document for us. It's a student information form. And you'll also be signing a student academic integrity pledge. It's part of our culture, and we'll tell you more about it later. It's also listed on the Lally School incoming student website, so you can read about the student academic integrity pledge there. Don't worry about buying books beforehand. And if you are insistent on getting that information, I will direct you specifically to the professors who are teaching the classes of interest to you to look for that information. The business analytics, quantitative, CUFRA, and supply chain management orientation is going to be earlier that day, and the MBA orientation will be later in the afternoon. The times are listed there for you. They're rather short orientations, as you can see. We pack a lot of information in. And let me point to you some dates, some important dates in the first 3 months of school. So this is an outline of a schedule, and the beginning of the semester is August 30th. The end of the semester, the last day of classes is something like December 10th. And in between, these are the dates I want you to pay attention to. The September 1st date is the orientation you need to attend. The next week, Monday, will be the Labor Day holiday. And if you're an international student coming in, there will be no classes on Monday, September 6th. Classes will resume on September 7th. But it's tricky. On September 7th, which is Tuesday, you're going to go to the class you would have gone to on Monday. Okay, this is something you'll get used to at RPI. So you'll follow the Monday class schedule when you go to school on Tuesday. The add deadline is the date at which you can no longer add a class for the fall semester beyond that date. And that's the 10th of September. So if you notice, you're starting school and within 10 days, you cannot add another class. So you have to be very thoughtful about which classes you want to change, and you have to do it very quickly. I note that the 25th is around when you have a deadline to pay your fall tuition. There's an RPI career fair, which is typically toward the end of September or early October. And our students are encouraged to be part of that. So come ready to update your resume. This is going to be part of your professional development experience. Come ready to anticipate the kind of work you want and be prepared to dress well for that career fair. We'll train you for all of that, but keep that in mind. It's a big activity, one of your early ones. In October, there is another holiday on a Monday. It's Columbus Day on the 11th. And on Tuesday, the 12th, classes will resume following your Tuesday class schedule. So as you notice, some holidays, many holidays are on Monday. And sometimes you follow the Monday schedule and sometimes you follow the Tuesday schedule to make sure that all classes are held according to the same hours. October 25th to November 5th, we call it consultation weeks. This is when you start preparing for what you're going to take in the spring semester. If necessary, you can talk to your program director about it and consult about classes for spring. On the 22nd of October is the drop deadline. Keep that in mind, because let's say that you do very poorly. I mean, doesn't happen often, but you do very poorly on a midterm exam and you're staying for 3 semesters to do this master's. Let's say that's your scenario. You can drop a class and retake it in the fall. If you drop the class by that deadline, the 22nd, it's removed completely from your transcript. It's like you never took it. I like to tell students who are planning to stay for 3 semesters to do business analytics, as an example, that even if you intend to only take 4 courses in your first semester, start with 5, because if you end up dropping a class, you still remain full-time. You know, the 4-course model works to keep you at 12 credits, even if you end up dropping a class. So it's a very proactive strategy and it's worked well for many people. So registration for spring happens around November 2nd to 16th. It's like for a 2-week period. And then registration closes down at the end of that, but it reopens in December. So it closes and then it reopens. And you can add and drop right up until the end of January. So there's a lot of time to add and drop after the registration, the first 2 weeks. And then there's the Thanksgiving holiday, which is a nice long break. You're off from a Wednesday to a Sunday. And right after Thanksgiving, there's another week of classes, and then you go into final exams. And so it gives you a feel of what happens at the Lally School of Management and RPI in general in the first 3 months. And hopefully this gives you a sense of the rhythm of things and the important dates that are coming up. And you can begin to plan from now. Now, I would like to take you to share with you some information from 2 websites before taking questions. So this is the incoming graduate student website. There's pre-arrival information. There's frequently asked questions, checklist, and there's the pre-work. Now the pre-work is, many of you already know this. I've talked to you about the content of it, and some of you have even reached out to your program director with even more specific questions, but there's pre-work for each program. And we're asking you to look over that work, study it, and come prepared to be engaged and ready to participate and move forward very quickly with the program. The academic fall calendar, this is going to be updated very shortly, but only the fall 2021 is ready because the overall RPI has not indicated what the dates will be beyond fall. And as you know, things were different last year with COVID, so they're very cautious not to give us too many dates in advance. The Lally Summer Webinar Series, you can find out about them here. And of course, there's the program curricula hours and information for all the programs. And under there, there's resources. The Graduate Student Advising Handbook, I'm going to be emailing that out to students, but you can find it here as well. Academic resources, the Code of Conduct and Academic Integrity, I mentioned that. You can read about that there. A lot of campus resources. Under the academic resources, you can see what the waiver rules are for waiving classes. If you are taking, for example, Foundations of Data Science, or you've done statistics classes at another graduate program, you're able to waive the Foundations of Data Science class, which is 6,100, only if you have taken a graduate level course and gotten B or better. That rule is different for 6190, which is the Intro to Accounting and Financial Management. We permit you to waive that class with undergraduate classes, okay? So that's unique. But for Financial Management 1, 6020, you have to bring a comparable graduate class in order to waive that. Or you may have taken the CFA exam 1 or 2, and you can also waive that class on the basis of having passed the CFA exam. The waiver forms are here, and you can reach out to me and I can give you directions, or like I said, simply send me your transcript and I'll fix the rest for you. So this is one website that is useful, and let's see if I can share with you the other website. Yeah. Dan, can you see this?
Yep.
Okay. All right. The RPI info website is, this one I really like because students can see everything right here. Okay, you can just like fix that info at rpi.edu and look what you can see right in one screen. The health center, the bursar, the career development. Over on this side, this is SIS where you register. You can access it from here. There's just everything, you know, you can see everything here. And I like to direct your attention to Percipio. Percipio will be used in your professional development workshops, but you can start using that from today. It's a magnificent library of resources, books, anything you want to learn about, and it's just at your fingertips. They offer it to all their students at RPI and also faculty and staff, and it's a fantastic resource. And I want to tell you about it from today. Check it out. You have to sign in like you do when you sign into SIS. You can find the registrar here as well. You go down further and then you see faculty and staff resources. So this is more for like, for me, this is where they show me things that are important to me. And then at the end, they show you academic resources. And one of the ones that you might find useful is to get fast access to the course catalog. You go to that, click on the course catalog, and you scroll down to courses. And you plug in a prefix. For example, you're trying to find something out about a management class. And let's say you're trying to find out about management, this class, and you click on something, and there you go. You know, you end up seeing, let's pretend that's the class, and then you click on it and you get the information. You get the description of the course, when it's offered, and some details. And so this is a great website. You can access many things right from it, from this page. You can enter different websites. And so I'll stop here and take questions. But the most important information is I'm accessible all the time by email. I will be out of, I'll be out of the office from July 30th to August 6th. So you'll notice, because I'll indicate that, but I won't be around for a week, and then I'll be back on the job. So I'm looking forward to meeting all of you in person. Thank you for attending this seminar. Are there any questions? I mean, I can start with one question that was asked me a couple of days ago by someone. Someone asked me if we were going to be offering a remote option in fall of 2021. And the answer, according to RPI, is at the time now, we are returning in person, but we're waiting for further guidance from the president, who's going to announce the exact format based on what happens with the Delta variant and other considerations. So right now, plan to be in person, but we all have to be flexible this year and anticipate surprises.
Thank you so much, Sonja. I'm going to shut off the recording now, but very much appreciate the presentation and all the information. We'll make sure to get this out to students.